Huh?
Not really.
What do you mean, not really?
They went to my head.
Fighting for me and keep showing your love and support.
Welcome, everybody.
Wow, that is heart-wrenching to see.
Yeah, did you like my video, Linda?
It made me cry, Becca. So yes, of course I did.
I made it last night. I showed my coworker. She was sitting there watching me make it. She's like, "It's so cool how you can do that." And then when I was all said and done, I showed it to her, and she cried too. So I knew I did a good job.
Yeah, when you bring tears. Hi,
Yep.
Donna. I just noticed.
Hello.
Hi, Donna. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
If anybody else also wants to come up, you're more than welcome to. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share. Today is the unfortunate anniversary. I don't even like saying anniversary because to me anniversary would be a happy word, but it is the anniversary of Brendan Dassey's March 1st, 2000. Who was that? March 1st, 2006 interrogation, the one he was arrested immediately after and has yet to come home since.
Yep, still waiting to go to 6th hour.
Yep. So, yeah, I kind of wanted to do a quick live, kind of just share my thoughts and let anybody else who had any thoughts they want to share for today. Linda?
Well, we all know that, I mean, it breaks my heart that he's still, that he's still there and that there's nothing that we really can seem to be doing for him outside of the governor. I wish there was something, somehow, somewhere we could, take this away for him because it's totally a travesty of our justice system. It really shows you how screwed up the justice system is. And I want to say on a good note, though, for Brendan being where he's at, he sure is a positive person. He's filled with hope. He's so kind. I mean, I can't stress that enough, how kind he is, and that this has not affected him, that we can see anyway, that he lets off as anyway, So I think he's a very strong individual, and I'm glad he is of strength to be able to last this. But hopefully we won't be doing this again.
Yeah.
My dream.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's remarkable how positive he is, and how even though he grew up in a harsh, prison system, basically, from 16 on, he's still positive, caring. He doesn't begrudge the state either. It's not like he holds any hatred in his heart or anything. He just simply wants to go home.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things about his character that I think is just so amazing. It's just that even with all of this, he's still an amazing human being.
He is.
Yeah. So, if anything, the state didn't take that away from him. It didn't take away who he is and the core of himself,
Like Jazz says, he's made changes in so many states. Brendan has been an excellent teacher for what not to do. But what is so sad is they know it's wrong. They're teaching people not to do this. And this was completely, wrong that he's there. But yet he sits there.
Yeah.
That's so asinine to me. I don't know what other word to even think of, but you have this person who's teaching all over the world of wrongful convictions, how this happens, for false confessions and what not to do to children or to anybody. And the person that is the teacher of all of that is sitting in a prison cell.
Yeah.
And I think as well, what's been apparent is that when you think about, Fassbender and Uyghur wanted everyone to convince Brendan to take the plea deal, and he would have been out of prison by now. And he was steadfast because he didn't do it wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. And they must sit there and think, well, he should have taken the plea deal, but he did nothing wrong, and that's to this day. That's what he still says. I did nothing wrong.
Yeah. He didn't do anything wrong,
Yeah.
He truly is a victim of the state here, of corruption.
Right.
Yeah.
It is. And we had a good question in Brendan talks the other day when somebody asked, or no, I don't even know where it was. I think it was in Brendan talks. When did Brendan's story? No, it was in Foul Play. When did Brendan's story change to get to where it is now? The thing, or no, that was when we were doing the O'Kelly thing. And the thing is, Brendan's stories never changed.
No.
His story is.
The interrogator story changed.
Yes.
And him trying to regurgitate what they wanted him to say changed.
Right.
Because it wasn't his that's the difference. Brendan's a very truthful person, and his facts are his facts.
And his story has never changed.
His truth has never changed. Yeah. Good point, Linda.
Yeah.
It just mind boggles me that
it won't change.
No, it won't.
It won't. I mean, he's telling his truth no matter what they said to him, because that's always bothered me the worst out of everything is that Brendan's telling his truth and they're telling him he's a liar. So for him to even at that age still keep his truth out there and stick by it, guilty people don't do that. Guilty people will fucking change their story to whatever you fucking want just to get them out. Right. Brendan says, I'll sit here. I'm not wrong. I'm not taking that plea deal. I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, he's got principle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Donna, did you have any thoughts that you wanted to say?
No, I think my opinion of this day is like everybody else's. It's a very sad day. Brendan wants to come home. He has no intention of staying in there for the rest of his life. He has plans. He wants to do things. He's openly said that. So we've got to do our very best to try and help make that happen. We can't do it for him, but we can try and help.
We got to bring awareness to them lawyers to get on something.
Yeah. It's been too long.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to come back to this comment. Jasnaz said it's not going to help him, but stopping police from getting confessions from minors about the laws that Brendan's story has changed. That's actually given him a great sense of comfort that in all of this tragedy, at least he has some sort of goodness that has come from it, which is that part of the reason why the petition that goes around, you see his mom passing around a lot with the interrogation law in Wisconsin. He's very passionate about not allowing any other child to do again, for this to happen again to another child, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. He's very passionate about that. And knowing that there's these laws that are changing, notice that these laws that are changing for the better, it really does help him.
I bet it does.
At least there's some good in the story for him.
Right. He's thinking, well, at least I saved some other kids from ever having to go through this, or other people ever. That is a good concept. What do you call it? I don't know what it's called. I'm not good with words, but you know what I mean.
It's a con. Yeah, it's a con. Or it's a pro. It's a pro.
Yeah. Roxanne says, yes. What do you think about his lawyers? Well, I will tell you that I think that they're sitting on their loins and doing nothing when they should be doing a whole hell of a lot. That's what I can tell you. Okay. There's things that they can do. They have not started. Why? I do not know. Why they hang on this governor thing, which is a bunch of crap as far as I'm concerned, because his things don't match with what Brendan needs. It's just all a bunch of bullshit. Okay. And I think they had to go. That's how I feel. Now, are they good lawyers? Yes, I think they are. Do I think they make mistakes just like everybody else? Yes. But I do not think they should be waiting on something like his 976, whatever it is, 0.37, 0.30, whatever it is. The 976 should not be waiting because it takes many years. That is where Steven's at right now, and they should be jumping on that. That's my opinion.
So, Roxanne, your question, should we get another lawyer for him? Maybe go find
He would never do it.
Yeah, he's never going to do that.
Hi, Cher.
We know some people. I don't have the same opinion as Linda does, per se.
Or Donna.
Yeah, I have similar opinions.
Yeah,
to
which,
Linda.
everyone's entitled to their opinion,
Yeah.
and I'm fully supporting that. But that's the one thing about Brendan does trust and love and care about his lawyers. He trusts them 100%. And, only time will tell as far as what will happen.
Well,
I think a lot of people feel that way. Sorry, Jinx feels the same way as
Yeah.
we do, Donna. Go ahead and you can say how you feel,
I was
Donna.
going to say Laura put out a tweet the other day, which we've all sort of grabbed onto now, and I'm hoping.
Did she?
Yeah, when she put out, I'm working on something for Brendan a couple of Sundays ago.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she's working on the new calmentation or whatever it is for the governor because it's due in August. That's what she's doing.
Well, let's just wait and see what she does. Give her the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. I have personal feelings, obviously, but we got to put faith and trust in.
It's the only thing we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Because there's no way that there's going to be another lawyer.
No, and Brendan wouldn't have one, and I don't think that bringing a new lawyer would even help because it's a very complicated story. It's people do know it. They are good lawyers. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just tired of waiting.
I think what Linda and Donna and a lot of people are voicing is they're just frustrated because of the waiting and the waiting for something to happen. And to be perfectly honest, it's been 4 years since the last thing that's happened. So it's frustrating for us. I can't imagine how it is for Brendan, but I think that's basically where.
Well, no, Jazz. Because the bones were given back. Sorry, but they belong to Brendan because he got it for mutilation of a body. So them bones belong to Brendan. So there are things that people always say, well, they don't have this, they don't have that. It's only words. No, they do. Whatever he's convicted of, he can use that biological evidence to get out. My personal thing is you're hearing my frustration of waiting when I know that 976 takes years and years because look at Stephen. He's at that point right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's mine just frustration. It's not a professional view on them because for one, I'm not a professional. Okay. Another is I think they're great lawyers. I really do. I think he's got the best for false confessions is Steve Drizzen. He's known all over the world. And I agree that they're very good. I just wish they would jump on something, but there's got to be a reason why. So, and who am I?
I just wish that they would be a little bit more forthcoming on what
Innocence Project can't be involved with it. It's not no, they won't take it.
See, the problem with it's not the problem, but the problem with the Innocent Project is that they mostly only work on cases that can be disproven with DNA.
Yep, like if he was, that's
why Stephen was represented by the Innocent Project because in his first case, they had untested DNA that they were able to test and show that it wasn't Stephen.
Right.
So they normally only go for cases that have DNA evidence that they can disprove through testing and all that. Brendan's case, much like a lot of people in Brendan's situation, is by false confession, which there's nothing you can disprove other than words. It's just words alone.
And even
like
the
what
federal
Laura
side
says.
doesn't accept it. Because the federal side wouldn't accept somebody coming up and saying he's innocent. Yeah, I did it. They wouldn't even accept that because they are the ones that you're convicted. Boom, you're convicted.
Right. So it's based on words.
Yeah.
And a lot of Jinx is saying, and in this case, DNA bioevidence has returned that could have proven Brendan's confession false. Yeah. So she's talking about the bones that were supposedly that could have been Teresa's bones. And then they were returned to the family,
Right.
and now nobody knows where they are.
And Jazz is right too. Jazz Naz is right too when he says the state didn't care about it for the bones for Stephen's case. No, they didn't. They brushed it off like there was nothing. So
have we asked? I haven't asked. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, Linda.
What actually I've worked with them on other cases. Have we asked? No, I don't think they have. I do not think that they've ever
They
been
may
asked
not, though,
because of Stephen Drizzen and Laura Knightrider.
Yeah, because technically it's the Center for
False Confessions
of Youth that represents him. So I don't know if they would, just because it's stepping on toes. I'm not sure. You know, you can write them a letter and ask them. And the worst case scenario is they say no. So if you want to share, go for it.
Yeah. Hey, if you think that talking to somebody that you know would get help, yes. But I think, like Becca said, because he's at the Center of Wrongful Convictions and he has Stephen Drizzen, who is number one. Yeah. Whoop. Well, step on it, honey.
Yeah, see, that's what I was told originally, Cher, and like I could always be very wrong with the things that I've been told. So, you know, hopefully that's not it. So,
do you know what? I think if anything would help.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm not against it. You know, I'm not.
It doesn't hurt.
I'm not against.
Suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not against anybody reaching out to anybody that you think might help Brendan.
Yeah. The thing is, I think, and you know, my frustration with this is that we're sitting here 4 years later, and she just a tweet last week or 2 weeks ago saying she's working on something. So let's just hope she is working on something, whatever that might be, because we cannot go another 4 years, and Brendan certainly can't go another 4 years.
He can't go to 2048. Let's get real.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Question: what do you guys think of Kathleen Zellner? She stated that the best for Brendan is to stay put there because she's able to free him. Then it will help Brendan.
That's not true.
So, okay, here's the thing with Kathleen Zellner right now is that Kathleen Zellner is Stephen Avery's lawyer. Her main priority is Stephen Avery.
But besides that, he's convicted on words, and just because
because see, there's a reason why they were convicted in two different. They had two different trials. They were convicted of two different crimes, or Brendan has different charges.
Yeah, it's two
Stephen
different
has
deaths, one victim, two different killers. Yep.
Yeah, so that's why it's not just a if Stephen gets out, that doesn't necessarily mean Brendan's going to get out, and vice versa.
Yeah, that's what Jinx is saying. Zellner said that, and then the lawyers are just good with that. No, I don't think so. Everybody knows. I mean, and if you don't know,
is it in Making a Murderer too? Because I think she said something kind of like that.
She said something like possibility of getting him out, I think, or it could help in it. But you know what? It might not. I don't look at Charlie and Ryan Ferguson. I'm sorry, but that's the only one I can.
I don't think that she told his lawyers to say sit tight, and then his lawyers just said, no, I don't think that's what.
Yeah. Yeah. Please share. Oh my gosh! Now she gave me like something to think about. You can do that. Like Jazz says, please do so if you can. What it jumped? If you can help,
I saw
we
a
are not
video
experts.
interview.
Exactly. Hey, Jax. J Jax.
Hi, Jax.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Roxana, if you want to send me the link through social media somehow, I'll gladly watch it and give you my opinion on it. But I don't remember her saying that, nor I don't know. I don't know what I would think if she did say that, to be honest with you. That's kind of a...
Yeah, it seems pretty far-fetched.
It's not far. It's just kind of like, wow, she really said that for Brendan just to sit there.
Yeah, well, it's kind of the way they're doing it. Hey, I didn't see Winky Wink. How you doing, honey?
Yeah, hi, Joris.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of people should just maybe understand that the only way I can ever explain it is watch Dream Killer, because Ryan got
Kind
out.
of the same scenario, yeah.
Yeah, and Charlie is still sitting there. Charles, whatever he likes to be called, is still sitting there. So, and he is convicted on words. And Kathleen Zellner got Ryan out, and it did not help get out the guy that was involved with it. So that's what really makes me think, did she really say that? Because she knows it's not the way it works, especially with a false confession. So I don't know. Hi, Robin. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's face it, Jerome, Kathleen, Dean, they all know Brendan's not involved in this.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Jerry still continuously talks
Seth
about
Waxman. We all know. If you're an American, you ought to know who Seth Waxman is. Okay, I don't care. That guy has been to federal Supreme Courts or whatever, the top courts, and won cases there. Okay, first of all, he is a very reputable person, has wrote an omnibus paper for Brendan, along with 249 other people. And that didn't help Brendan's case. So what does that make you automatically think? Okay. It goes way beyond the corruption. To me, now it's a political thing. You're a political prisoner. If you let them out or let them have a trial or an evidentiary hearing, you're committing political suicide. That's how they look at that. That's my thoughts.
Right. Hold on. I found the tweet.
Oh, Paul Ward says she said something along the line, if one of the cases against Stephen or Brendan would benefit.
Collapsed. Oh yeah, absolutely. If one case, if Stephen gets out, it'll definitely benefit Brendan in some way, but that doesn't mean that, oh, well, if Stephen's innocent, that means Brendan's innocent in the eyes of the law.
Yeah, they still
have to fight. They still have to fight for the other person. Yeah. Yep. That's all I'm saying. It's not an automatic, like, oh, if Stephen gets out, then Brendan's going to get out. It just means that it helps them out, especially depending on what Brendan or Stephen got out for,
But I think it's fair to say, isn't it, Becca? And I think we'd all agree that if Stephen gets out, they've got no desire to keep Brendan locked up.
I'd like to think that. I'd like to think that if Stephen gets out, then it's a pretty big indication that Brendan's going to get out too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, according to her tweet, from what's tagged with it, I think she's working on a new petition for the same thing, because she said, I'm going to be making a new one in August. I heard her say that before. And now with what it's tagged in, that gave her inspiration to maybe rewrite it. No matter how you put it, lady, that guy is not going to let him out. He's not. His conditions do not match a clemency or a commutation. It don't match it. He is a sex offender. He'll never be let out, and he's a murderer. Now, I'm not saying he's a murderer. I'm saying in the eyes of the law and the courts and the state, he is a convicted murderer, rapist, and they won't let him out for that.
Those are his charges. So
right.
Yeah,
his pure innocence has
one.
Nothing to do with it. That is completely 100% innocent. It has nothing to do with it. His innocence means nothing, right? Put your tweet up.
Hold on. Did I save the wrong tweet? Where did that tweet come from? I got too many Pokemon pictures in my folder. That's the problem.
She could have, though, Linda. If you remember that interview she gave with Ed Johnson, she could have filed to do the a second
last August,
because she said that she could do it every 18 months, and that would have been last August. So we're nearly sort of 8-9 months after she could have done it.
There we go. What was the other one?
They won't. They just won't do it. J-Jax, I got a funny story for you. I went to Twitter.
There's a tweet.
And I went all the way to the beginning of Kathleen Zellner's tweets. And I screenshotted every single one of them because Darkside, wherever she is hiding today, said, Linda, you should do a live on all her tweets. Well, let me tell you what, that was like 2.5 hours of doing that. So there's a funny story for you. But anyway, go ahead, Becca.
There's the tweet. I have it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping. I always hope for the best. You know what they say: hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah. She's just working on the same thing she worked on in 2019.
Well, I think that'll be pointless exercise for her because it's pointless, isn't it?
It is.
Because if he's saying,
I don't know.
If people that send emails every day and they do, and Evers' office comes back and says that, then that is a pointless exercise and, a waste of her time and everybody else's. So I hope she's not. I hope she's got something else up her sleeve.
Well, you can hope all you want.
Yeah. Well, I just think
I can hope too.
I think if she did, I would definitely be raising my eyebrows because it'd be like, why?
If she does, I'm going to start publicly saying something about his 976 and everything else they can do. I publicly will start calling her out. Sorry to tell you.
My frustration is that I feel like I feel like my energy is being wasted on Governor Evers.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. Obviously, I have the postcard thing. I'm going to rally in front of his office in July or June or whatever. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. But, I wish there was a little bit more transparency as far as what can we be doing that's a little bit more, I don't know, useful of my energy.
Yeah, well, Paul says it.
And
look at what Paul said. None of them can none them sit tight, both go, there you go, both go proper roads with the bull by the horns or whatever bull parts. I'm with you, dude. Listen, if she just does that thing and goes to the governor with that thing again and doesn't have anything else started for him, I am going to start petitioning them. Okay, I'm going to start raising my voice as loud as I can.
Hey, Alice.
And tell them they better start doing something because as lawyers, they can. So proactive, yeah.
I personally think, that she would get a lot of criticism if she did that.
No, she got
I really do.
She will. I know there's other people that will definitely step on the bandwagon with me, so I'm not even worried about it. They will go bye-bye, you know what I mean?
Well, I'd like to think that, Brendan and Pete Bob and Pete would be saying things because it's another waste of time.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing they can say.
No, I know, but to say to Brendan, because Brendan's an adult, he can have this conversation with her. The question needs to be asked. Brendan, what are you going to do?
As far as I know, Barb has said things to Brendan, but it doesn't matter. Brendan loves his lawyers. He's going to keep his faith in them. And like I said, there's not we can do about that. And I think Becca's really the one that made me understand that he is not going to switch his lawyers. He's not going to go against them.
No.
But they can still ask some difficult questions, can't they?
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, everyone's open to suggestions, comments, criticism, whatever,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I respect them for their positions and,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone who's talked to me privately knows my thoughts on things and,
yeah.
But, it's hard because I know that these are people that have been there for Brendan since 2007, basically. And I have full faith that they want him out just as much as we all do.
Yeah.
It's just, and we're not lawyers. We're only learning as we go as well,
Right.
Unless you're Travis from MAM.
Travis, two cities. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know, or you know, or I don't recall because you know she's
yeah, or I don't
we're
recall,
not
or
lawyers,
unless you are a lawyer.
we're
But
case
so like,
lawyers.
yeah. So I mean that's yeah.
But you know
But
what? But you know what? They do what they can. We don't know everything they can do.
right.
I'm
That's
just
a lot of
speaking by
this
my
is I think
feeling. Right.
like I said, my frustration isn't necessarily of what they're not doing. It's more of I wish they would be just a little bit more open of what they are doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe if they would say something. Yeah.
Yeah, just because that's that kind of person I am. Is that as long as I know you're doing something, I would feel better.
Yeah.
I'm sure they are. It's just we're not hearing it, and it's been a long time since we have heard what they're doing.
Yeah, like Jazz said, they were so close, weren't they?
Yeah, they got him so close. That was so. Oh my god, I can't even. That was a traumatic day for me. It was when he was when they petitioned all the way up to the Supreme Court, and the day that they denied the Supreme Court, they basically denied his case to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, what day did they do that on, huh?
I forgot. Oh, was it near Christmas or his birthday or
2 days before Christmas.
yeah. So the reason why I don't remember exactly what day it was. I just remember what was going on that day because my niece was going in for open heart surgery that day too.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's like today. My dad passed away on this date.
Right.
You know, so
I remember constantly I was at work and I was constantly looking at my phone, not only for news on Brendan, because when he went up to the Supreme Court, it was literally any day now, any second now. You know what I mean? We could hear something. So far, it was days and days and days.
no, we don't. The lawyers don't talk to us, Roxanne. That's just what she got done saying too. That they don't talk to the supporters. They're thankful for us, but they also don't answer no questions. Do they, Donna? Now, Donna's a very good one. You messaged. I'll let you tell your story about the questions. You go right ahead.
Which ones were these?
Well,
sorry.
To Laura Knight Rider. You asked.
I've sent loads of questions. I've asked Ed Johnson to ask her questions about what she's going to do, when she's going to file stuff, and she just won't even talk about it. You know,
Roxana's question was, have I talked to Brendan? How's he doing? Do the lawyers call him to see how he's doing?
Oh, I read that wrong. Sorry.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I don't know what question you're reading, Linda.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I apologize, Roxanne.
Yeah, so I have talked to Brendan Saturday. He's doing good that I am aware of. And do his lawyers call him, see how he's doing? Yes, they do a check-in. Excuse me, I forget how often, or I think it's like once a month they do like a check-in with him and give him updates. Yeah. So he does keep in contact with him. Obviously, if something happens that is substantial to the case, they do call him sooner and, inform him of things. Like, for instance, when Kathleen Sellner does file stuff and it's, they do talk to him about it because even though it is not his case, it does affect his case in ways. So he is very up to date on everything that's even happening in his uncle's case. And okay, thank you. Sorry. And he has recovered from COVID. He's doing really well. He showed no signs, no symptoms of COVID, so he's doing good. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Did anybody have anything else they wanted to say, or?
Yeah, I just want to tell everybody, write to Brendan. Write him a letter.
She said the magic word. Hold on.
Yeah, and let them know that we're still here, because even though I'm extremely frustrated and I would like to just go shake some people to make them do something, there's really nothing we can do except for support him in every way we can that makes his life a little easier. So writing to him is, one thing that he looks forward to. You know what I'm saying? And
Screenshot this.
keep doing something, in your own way. Everything you do helps, and Brendan does appreciate it. I mean, if anything, I can tell you, Brendan is a very appreciative person for every single one of you supporters, and I'm very thankful that you guys are supporters. I'm thankful that we have Becca and Donna and all of you guys, because Brendan wasn't getting any attention 2 years ago, and now it's on Brendan, and I am very proud of that. I'm very proud of Becca. I'm very proud of every single one of you supporters. And 16 years is way too long. 1 minute is too long for a person like Brendan, who could really be a wonderful, like, sunshine in the world if he was out here. So that's just my thoughts.
He will be. He will be.
Yeah, I feel he will be free. I have that gut feeling in my tummy that he will be free. And, I know it just takes time and effort and energy. And I know we get frustrated with things and which we're all entitled to our opinions and to what we feel. And but I do think that, he will have his time walking out those doors and into his mom's arms, and it would be like winning the lottery, or
And that's what
catching a legendary Pokemon on the first try. Like, it will be great. So
that's what keeps him going, Becca. That's the conversations
Absolutely.
we have. He knows he's just waiting.
Yep.
Just a
That's
waiting game.
Yeah, he has faith that it's going to happen for him too. He does not give up on that.
No.
He dreams of going to sleep in his own bed and waking up in his own, in his room, and eating his mom's chili. But yeah, thank you all for being here. And yeah, while you're at it, I know it's funny that I'm going to say this, because we were just talking about the negatives of the Governor Evers thing, but please do send him a Governor Evers a letter, email, tweet, something today. Remind Governor Evers that we're not going anywhere. He may not do anything, but we're still here. And write to Josh Call too. I still have a couple of postcards left. If anybody wants a postcard, email me. I'm going to be ordering more, because I'm going to keep sending them. Even if I have to send them all, I'm going to. And yeah, if you guys want to be a part of that campaign, I'm also going to order some for the rally.
And don't forget, Becca, the merch store. Every time somebody buys something, puts money in Brendan's pocket, which allows Brendan to write all these letters that he sends.
That's true, yeah. So in the description, you've got the merch store. So if you want to buy a Brendan t-shirt, support t-shirt, in the next thank you for reminding me, actually, Donna. In the next few days, I'm going to be switching over the merchandise to new stuff, because we're starting a new month, and that means new merch. So if you want a t-shirt that we have now's the time to get it. Because once I switch it out, you probably won't see it until the end of the year, when I make everything available again. Yes, I do have Josh Call's address. I'll quickly type it in the chat if other people have anything they would like to say. No one wants to say anything. Wisconsin Department of Justice.
Yeah, I think it would be good to remind Josh Call that had Brendan taken the plea deal of 15 years, he would be out now. So the state obviously didn't feel that they needed to keep him in there.
Yeah. That's a lot. You know, Josh Call also, as the Attorney General, has the power to tell Governor Evers to free Brendan.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, you know, and even in conversations I've had with Barb, she wants us to start messaging Josh Call and giving him attention just as much as we give it to Governor Evers, because they are connected. Everybody, you know, and I would even go a step further and say, look up the state senators in Wisconsin. You know, everybody at power has the power to tell Governor Evers, hey, Mike, we want you to consider to do this. You know, it's not a bad idea. Anything and everything is not a bad idea. That's why, like, well, sure, if she wants to contact the Innocent Project, do it. News outlets, celebrities, anybody and anybody. We need to just get Brendan's story out there. So that's my opinion, Soapbox Opera. Like I said, if you guys I'm also still selling wristbands and bumper stickers. The profits go to Brendan. You have to email me on those ones too, because they're not available in the merch store. But yeah, and I think that's all I really have.
Yeah, it's been good.
All right, Linda. She must have took her dog out. So, all right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Please write Brendan a letter.
No, I didn't take my dog out. I couldn't get at my mic.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
My little band, you know, that little bar that goes up, it wouldn't go down. I just want to say thank you, everybody. And I kind of said my piece. Thank you, Donna. Nice having you on here. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hope everyone has a great day. And I'll do a quick plug-in. I'll be over at Linda's channel
2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock.
Yep, I do have an announcement. Yes, my Together We Make Stronger Voices series is on today and Thursday, 2 o'clock. Today will be Becca, and Thursday look forward to True Crime with Eve, EP, and Sammy G. So there we go.
I'm really excited about the Sammy one.
Yeah, so am I. I can't wait for them two to meet. They're going to be good together. And after that, I have, guess who else is going to be on? Small Town Girl, New York.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's going to talk about her missing friend who's been missing for many years. And yeah, so I got some good lineups. So look forward to it.
Yes, Paul Ward and everybody else who's listening, whenever you send a letter to Brendan Dassey at his new address, the only address he can get mail at now, you need to make sure that you have a return address on your envelope. And even, I would say, on the letter. If it's not on the envelope, he will not get the letter. He's had 44 letters refused to him because they didn't have a return address on them. So make sure if you guys write to him, you make sure you write that return address on the envelope. And I think even your full name, because I think Stephen, Sandy was saying Stephen was getting letters returned back to people or refused because their full names weren't on the envelope either. Like for instance, my name is Rebecca Nash. It needs to be Rebecca Nash on the envelope. So just putting that out there. All right. All right. So we'll see you all later.
See you later.
We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
I know the truth is hard to swallow, just digest it. Suspected something's going on, but chose to just neglect it. Deflected by some breaking news, oh, we just accept it. Expected just to fall in line and follow their perspective. Don't question their objective, but I got a lot of questions. How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected, so I'm fighting all.
He's pardoning all the wrong people. He says, doesn't he see me? You know?
We're gonna make them keep seeing them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I hear you.